starting with the eyes, I have to prime with the Benefit Stay Don't Stray eye primer. It's supposed to prime like all over your eye, so like lids and under eye. I tried it on my under eye and I didn't really like it. So just applying that with my finger onto the entire lid before moving forward. Okay, next is a product that I personally have never used before or used anything like it, a cream eyeshadow. I don't know why, it's just I've never used any. So I decided to go ahead and grab this one. This one is from Benefit. It is in the shade My 2 Cents. It is just a creaseless cream shadow. So just going to be applying that with my finger since I feel like that's going to give me the best application. So I'm just going to grab it with my index and then just apply it onto my lid. And so far I like the way it's applying really, really nicely. It's a really, really intense like gold color. The website stated that it was like copper, but I don't think it's copper. It looks more gold to me. So I'm just gonna take the majority of the product and place it on the lid. And then anything that's left over, I'm going to just bring upward very lightly. Next product that I want to apply onto my eyes is this pressed pigment from MAC. This one is in the shade Light Touch. And I mean, this looks really gorgeous by itself, so you can simply just use this and be ready to go. But I wanted to jazz it up a little bit and make it a little bit more glam. So I'm going to be grabbing some of this pigment with my concealer brush and just patting it on top. Since it is a cream eyeshadow base or a cream eyeshadow, this is going to stick right on it. So you don't have to worry about it kind of moving around or the pigment kind of falling everywhere. It's simply going to sit right on top of the cream eyeshadow. Okay, so after that, you can even leave this by itself, but I don't want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shadow from Makeup Geek in the shade Corrupt. So it's like really intense black. And just grab it with my Sigma E25 and pat it along the outer V. And of course, I'm going to tilt my head because I want to make sure that it stays nice and round. I didn't want to give myself a cat eye or anything like that. And I wanted to start right here. Just applying that onto the outer V very lightly. Not really dragging it anywhere else, just there. And then I'm going to be blending it out, which is going to really combine everything together and make everything look nice and seamless. Right now it just looks like a black dot on my lid, but it won't in a second. So I'm going to apply it to the other eye. So now that it's there, ready to go, I'm going to take my Sigma E40, which is my big blending brush, and I'm simply going to blend it out. So just starting from the outer V and then just working upward. It feels a little bit more difficult to blend it out when there's a cream base, but just work with it and don't go too crazy all over the place. Just kind of stick to the portions that you want to blend out and it will blend out nice and seamless. So for me, like I wanted to bring this in a little bit to the crease, and then just as I'm headed toward the brow bone, I just kind of let up on the pressure of the brush. Okay, so since this is going to be a glam look, I am going to be adding a wing. Nothing too crazy, just your simple basic winged line. So of course, grabbing my Sigma E06, which is a really tiny, precise winged liner brush, and my Maybelline Eye Studio gel liner in Black is Black, I'm going to be applying a winged line. Okay, so at this point, I'm pretty much done with the eyes. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to the face before coming back to the eyes and finishing those up. To begin the face, I'm going to start off by covering up my pores, or filling them in rather. And I'm going to be doing so with this Estee Edit Pore Vanishing Stick. So just applying that onto the sides of my nose. So applying that, now I'm going to be color correcting. Of course, feel free to skip this part if you don't have any kind of dark circle issue. So just taking my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector and applying that under the eye. Not going too heavy with this product and not going too light, because you definitely want it to cover up the dark circles, but I don't like feeling like I have a ton of product underneath my eye. So I try to keep like a good balance as far as how much I apply under the eye. For today's look, I'm going to be using the Milani 2-in-1 foundation and just applying that onto the face using my damp beauty blender. Okay, next, moving on to concealer. I'm going to be using the Born This Way concealer. I have been loving this concealer, but only when I apply it over a color corrector and when I set it, because otherwise, not so much. I'm just blending it out using my damp beauty blender. Same one. Okay, and then of course, I have to set it, otherwise it will crease on me. So I'm going to be setting with my RCMA No Color Loose Powder. Just grabbing that with my damp beauty blender and setting the entire under eye area. Okay, so after setting the under eye area, now I'm going to be setting the entire face. So just taking my MAC Mineralized Powder and just applying a light layer of that onto the face. Okay, so now that I'm done pretty much with the base of the face, I'm going to go back to the eyes and fill in the brows, because as you can see, like, it doesn't look right without my brows. Just taking my Urban Decay brow beater and shaping and filling in my entire brow. This one is in the shade Dark. Okay, so for today's look, I am choosing the Boudoir lash from House Flashes. I really like them because, I don't know, just like the last ones, the featherettes that I used in my last video, they're just more toned down, but they're still pretty glam. And there's currently like a downpour going on outside, so if you guys hear any thunder, that was pretty loud. Bam! Just like that, your look completely changes. It's kind of amazing what lashes do to the eye. Like, it just adds so much more to it. Okay, so now I'll just be waiting for my lash glue to dry, and while I do that, I'm going to work on the bottom portion of my eye. So I'm not really going to do a whole lot to it because I don't want to do a whole lot to it. Like, I wanted to keep it pretty basic, pretty simple. The only thing that I am going to do under the eye is just add a little bit of warmth. So I am going to be applying this yogurt pencil from NYX onto the waterline. It's just a really easy and simple way to open up the eye, make them look a little bit brighter because of the color. Okay. Then just taking some of Makeup Geek's Frappe onto my Sigma E30 pencil brush and just applying that underneath the eye along the lash line. Just a little bit. I don't want to like get it too intense down there, but I did want to warm it up a little bit. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, my lash glue should be dry by now, so I'm going to be going in with some mascara in order to combine my false lashes to my real lashes. Really love to do that after. I don't, unless I wear like mink lashes, then I'll put on mascara before I put on the minks, just because you want to lessen the damage on the hairs. But since these are not mink lashes, I always add mascara afterward. And then I just simply massage my lashes with the false lashes in order to truly combine them. And I try to do it as close to the base as possible. Okay, going back to finish off the face, I am going to be contouring and bronzing just a little bit. The 2-in-1, pretty much 2-in-1 that I use is the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. Just grabbing some of that, applying it onto the hollows of my cheeks, and then just swirling the brush upward. Okay, now that we're done with that, I am going to apply some blush. I wanted to keep it nice, soft, and simple, so that is why I am using the Fit Me blush from Maybelline in the shade Light Rose. So just adding a little bit of that. I'm going to be using Maybelline's Master Contour palette, the face contouring kit, and taking the highlight from that kit on my tapered highlighter brush from Sigma. This is the F35. Just applying it onto tops of my cheeks, and then like always, I apply it here and then I drag it down. Apply it and drag. Done. Okay, so I just got told by my kinder, I'm just going to kindergarten this year, it's so sad, that I always wear the same lip colors. So I should wear something different. And she pointed to this. So, not this last weekend, but the previous weekend, we went to Sephora and I took her with me. And she decided that she really wanted this Too Faced Melted Matte liquid lipstick in the shade, what the heck is this shade? Who's Zooming Who? So I figured, okay, fine, that's okay, grab it. And now she wants me to wear it. So I'm gonna wear it and see if I like it. And that completes the look for today. I really hope that you all enjoyed it and that you had fun hanging out with me today. I wasn't planning on this lip, but now that I have it on, I don't know, I kind of dig it. Anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.